Hello friends, my name is Professor M.S.Rao. I am going out to enjoy the nature and I will share with you a couple of stories on life and leadership, and I request you to consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. This is the home where my younger son Ramakrishna Sai lives, and these are the houses in and around uh, our home in Seattle. Now I'll walk and talk various aspects of life and leadership. So today is the 2nd January 2025, and yesterday I went outside and greeted a couple of people yesterday, because yesterday was the New Year, and today is the second day, and today is Thursday. So now I'll share with you a couple of stories and my life. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Professor M.S. Rao. I have authored 53 books, including the award-winning book titled See the Light in You, for which the Nobel laureate, His Holiness Dalai Lama, has written a foreword. I have 43 years of diversified experience, including Indian Air Force, business, teaching and training. I am a late bloomer, dyslexic, ADHD, OCD. Add to that, the brain stroke worsened my health in the year 2021, and I don't have any pension, I don't get any regular income, and I don't have two-wheeler, I don't have four-wheeler. I am 61 years old, and I was born into a toxic family and grew up in a toxic environment. So despite all the challenges, I rose from the ashes like a phoenix. So life is a gift, life is an opportunity. Enjoy every moment of your life, because the life on this beautiful planet is limited. So do whatever is possible to impact positively. And we entered winter season, and it's 4 months I'm living in Seattle with my wife, and we came to USA for the first time, and we are in Seattle right now. And Seattle is a very beautiful city, and it is more expensive than Dallas, and it is lesser expensive than New York. Overall, it's a very beautiful city, and people respect LGBT, people embrace diversity, people are very warm and friendly in Seattle. So I'm very much happy to be in Seattle, and I came to Seattle for the first time. First time I visited the USA. Of course, I visited a couple of places in Washington, and I visited a few places in Oregon State, and also such as Portland, and then again New Salem. So we visited a couple of places. We enjoyed a lot. So we are very lucky because of our younger son. We were very much excited because our younger son has invited us to come to USA, and we came to USA for the first time. We are very happy here, and Seattle is a nice place. And now we entered winter. It's very cold. So And why I am walking, so let me share with you. I have a chronic back pain since 2007, and I have a brain stroke in year 2021. I have some internal allergies, so lots of challenges I am having. So I have to go for a walk. So when I walk, what happens? I'll improve my mobility and I can overcome my back pain. If not back pain overcoming, at least I'll get relief when I walk. So I walk. Anyhow, I love walking. And I'm an author, researcher and storyteller. I create my own frameworks, models and methods, and I create new perspectives. And a month ago I started my own philosophy, so which is yet to take a shape, but it takes a lot of time. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. I always take first step, and also I am very proactive, and not only being proactive, I also take things forward and execute things despite resistance and opposition. And I am very persistent by nature, and I am very consistent in my contribution. And now talking about Bellevue and Seattle are both twin cities of both Bellevue and Seattle are just like twin cities of Telangana in India. And it takes 20 minutes drive to go to Bellevue. So we often visit Bellevue and other places in and around Seattle. And Seattle is noted for entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is thriving, and there are some companies like Amazon, Microsoft, Costco, Boeing, Alexa Airlines, then Starbucks, Northstorm, to name a few companies. They are doing good. They are rocking because people started entrepreneurship very long ago, and they succeeded. So it doesn't mean that everybody will succeed, but yes, if you put efforts consistently, you are likely to be a successful entrepreneur. And entrepreneurship is not an easy thing, it's a very challenging one. Entrepreneurship is a dogfight. Entrepreneurship is for brave-hearted, not for faint-hearted. And you should explore entrepreneurship. Some people might say that entrepreneurship is very challenging, we lose money, and there is a lot of risk involved. What I would like to share with others is that life itself is very risky, and not to take a risk is also a risk. So don't think about risk. An individual can die at any time, and life is risk. Life itself involves lots of risk. So don't think about risk, and not to take a risk is also a risk. So better take a risk and explore and experiment. That's about entrepreneurship. And when you explore entrepreneurship, you make money, and you add value to stakeholders, and you provide employment for the people, and migration happens when people migrate from one place to another place. So there will be more opportunities. For instance, my younger son works at Northstorm, and he got an opportunity and he moved to Seattle. and is working in North Storm. So it's like that. So migration is always good. People migrated not only now, very long back. People are migrate for better opportunities and to have a quality of life. So that is with that vision or with ambition, people explore entrepreneurship. And I published 53 books, and 7 more books are yet to be published. Out of that 7 books, one of the books is about entrepreneurship, and it is yet to be published. Due to the health challenges, I am not able to update my book. Publishers are coming forward to publish my pending books, but my health is not permitting, so I am not able to do anything. I am not able to update my books, but so I authored 60 books, but published 53. 7 books are yet to be edited and upgraded. But I have health challenges. My right shoulder and right hand is numb. I can't eat with my right hand, and I can't type with my right hand. It's very challenging. Hopefully I will overcome my health challenges, and I'll be able to type well and write well, and I'll complete the pending projects. 7 books are yet to be edited and updated. So the book on entrepreneurship is still pending, and I think I wrote some 4 years back, so I had to update, and I had a brain stuck in the year 2021. For the last 3.5 years I have health challenges, so I could not edit and upgrade my books. And COVID was a dampener, and COVID changed the equations globally. So of course people had challenges. Now people started thinking about living in the present rather than about the past. Huh? So just a moment, we'll so we have crossed the road. So I'll share with you about my story. So I introduced myself, then I talked about Seattle story, and now I'll switch my gears to another topic. The main thing I would like to talk about is that 2 hours back I was interviewed by a host on soft leadership, and sometimes I request people to interview me, sometimes people request me to interview them. It's either way, because I'm very keen to explore soft leadership, and I publish around 10 books on soft skills and soft leadership. And the host interviewed me some 2 hours back on soft leadership, and so I would like to share with you a couple aspects I shared with her 2 hours ago. And the book title was Soft Leadership, A New Direction to Leadership. That's a book. And second thing is, I created a tagline, Soft Leadership Matters. So I'm not clear how it will be effective, but I have created a tagline tentatively, Soft Leadership Matters. So much is in the shape. So this soft leadership is a new direction to leadership. and I published 10 books on soft skills and soft leaderships, and one of the books titled Soft Leadership, New Direction to Leadership is unique in 4 aspects, because I have dedicated the book titled Soft Leadership, New Direction to Leadership to Peter Drucker, who is known as the father of modern management. Second uniqueness was that I received foreword from Philip Kotler, who is known as the father of modern marketing. Third aspect is that the father of modern HR, Dale Ulrich, has written a foreword for my book, and also he created leadership code. And fourth aspect is that I am known as the father of soft leadership globally because of my contribution towards soft leadership, and I published 53 books, and I published more than 300 research papers, and I published more than 1,000 articles, and I still contribute regularly to the Entrepreneur magazine and various other magazines. And I also serve on the editorial boards of DLO of Emerald and JVPL. So because of these aspects and because of my contribution, I am known as the father of soft leadership globally. And why I had to explore soft leadership was that when I was teaching for EMBA students, and when I conducted MDP programs in the year 2010, the audience were not comfortable with the prevailing leadership styles, because there are plenty of leadership styles like autocratic, democratic, delegative, servant leadership, like that. Lots of leadership styles were there. So some people felt that I had to explore something new. And I am a researcher, and I am very curious and creative by nature. So I thought, let me explore a new leadership. Then I started creating my own leadership, that is soft leadership, and I blended soft skills, because I earned my PhD in soft skills in the year 2011, and I served in the Indian Air Force, so I am passionate about leadership. So I started a new leadership perspective that is known as soft leadership, and this is the origin of the soft leadership. Then let me briefly explain you about soft leadership. Soft leadership is all about people skills without compromising the task orientation. Soft leadership emphasizes personality, attitude and behavior. Soft leadership emphasizes adding value and impacting people. And the soft leadership has elements such as character, charisma, concise, courage, conviction, consideration, like that. 11 C's I created a framework, and Dale Ulrich, who is known as the father of modern HR, has created a leadership code. So I just started exploring about soft leadership. This soft leadership helps all generations, whether they are baby boomers, Gen X, Gen Y, or Gen Z. And this soft leadership helps leveraging technology and also artificial intelligence. So I am still doing research on soft leadership. The soft leadership is precisely partnership. No more bosses, no more subordinates. We are all partners to achieving progress. And the soft leadership emphasizes soft skills with your left brain and leadership with your right brain. This soft leadership helps emphasizes your left brain with vision and various other aspects, and also with your emphasizing the right side with culture. So likewise, so I have created my own definitions on soft leadership, and still I am doing a lot of research on soft leadership. So I want to add something unique to impact humankind. So this was briefly about soft leadership, and I decided to integrate soft leadership with brain science, psychology, then again employee engagement, AI, that means artificial intelligence, technology, decision making. So various aspects I am still exploring, and I'll do research, and I'm doing research, and that's how I'm doing. So for me, research is a regular process, not one day affair. So I'm very curious and creative. So I research a lot and add value regularly. That's how I do it. And so the leader, then the host asked a couple of questions about various kinds of leaders, what kind of leader I was. Then I said, since I came from military background, I was stubborn and very autocratic, but I gradually evolved because of my creative writing and by teaching and sharing. So I evolved as a leader, and so I'm a soft leader, and there are some leaders, they are doing good, and then again she has asked the difference between hard leadership and soft leadership. Then I shared with her, I mean the host, that when you look at Donald Trump, he was a task oriented. He's a task oriented. Then if you look at Elon, he's an entrepreneur, and he's a workaholic, and he's a task oriented. And so that is about those two leaders. Then again I talked about some soft leaders like Abraham Lincoln. I personally admire Abraham Lincoln, and just a moment, let me take a break. Good morning. Happy holidays.
You too.
Thank you. Oh, yes, sir. So I am waiting here for a moment, and people are enjoying. Oh. So let me take a moment whether Jay is there or not. So friends, please wait for a moment. Good morning.
How's it going?
Good morning. Fine. So I am looking for someone by name Jay. Yeah, come. Yeah, left. So friends, now I'm in the golf course area. So I'm with my wife. So I'll spend some time and return. So the host was talking about soft leadership and hard leadership. Leaders are different. They lead according to their principles and philosophies, and they have their convictions and they have styles. So some leaders are hard, some people are soft. When you look at Elon Musk, he is a task oriented and he's a hard leader. If you look at Donald Trump, he's also a task leader and hard leader. And then again, if you look at some leaders like Joe Biden, he's a soft leader. Then if you look at Abraham Lincoln, he was also a soft leader. Then that's how I differentiate it. But at the end of the day, what we have to do is we have to add value and impact humankind. That matters whether you are a hard leader or a task leader. Your job is to take the best and impact humankind. So that's the message I have shared with the host and the audience. And leaders start doing certain things with the positive note. Sometimes things go wrong, so it's part of the leadership process and game. So we have to empathize with leaders and we have to work within the limitations, but at the same time we have to impact positively. That's the essence of leadership. Then I just shared with the host about Abraham Lincoln. Since my childhood, Abraham Lincoln has been my inspiration, and Abraham Lincoln encountered lots of challenges. He was resilient and he was a soft leader. He managed the team of rivals and he collaborated with critics and opponents, and finally he led America successfully. And despite the challenges, he became the president of America, and he is the 16th president of America and the first Republican president of America. And Abraham Lincoln has done a lot of great things, like he united America as a nation. Then he abolished slavery. Then he strengthened federal structure. Then he modernized the economy, and he was a great leader. He was the greatest American leader, and he will be remembered forever in his lifetime. So that was the greatness of Abraham Lincoln, and I admire Abraham Lincoln. Of course, I also admire a couple of leaders like George Washington. He was persistent by nature, and when you look at Abraham Lincoln, he was resilient by nature, and both were great leaders. But given the contribution and the magnitude of challenges, the leader who encountered was Abraham Lincoln. So according to my assessment or my judgment or my opinion, whatever you call, and Abraham Lincoln is the greatest American president, and I admire him. And he rose to the occasion when there were too many challenges. There was opposition within the team, and he managed the team of rivals. So that was the greatness of Abraham Lincoln. I shared with her. She felt very happy and excited. Literally, she got goosebumps, because after the interview was over, I always take feedback from the host. Then she told that really we got goosebumps about Lincoln, really. So she was very happy. She's a host of the interview, and she's also in Seattle right now. And she interviewed me second time. First time she interviewed me on my health challenges because I had a brain stroke. So we discussed on that. Second one, we had a discussion about soft leadership. She's from Seattle, means not exactly Seattle, just I think 40 minutes away from, I think she's from north or south, I don't know. So that's about the host, and we discussed various other aspects. Then I shared with the host about Mahatma Gandhi. I admire Mahatma Gandhi also because he was a soft leader. He led from the front, and there were obstacles, but still he led from the front, and finally India got independence. And so I admire Mahatma Gandhi. Then I also added that I admire a couple of leaders like TR. Then again I shared with her some leaders such as Nelson Mandela, then Martin Luther King, Mother Teresa. They were all great leaders and soft leaders. Then again, don't get me wrong that somebody is soft means he is very soft or something like that. I told her very clearly that soft leadership doesn't mean that people are soft. So soft leadership is all about leading with people's skills without compromising task orientation. So the bottom line is to emphasize productivity and performance, and the bottom line is to achieve the outcomes. So that how you achieve that matters, but finally we have to achieve. This is about soft leadership. So I discussed about Mahatma Gandhi and the various other leaders. So she was very much happy, and finally she asked me about the kind of where I am accessible, where my books can be available. Then I said I published 53 books. 53 books means 53 babies I am having. Oh, she laughed. So out of these 53 babies, 2 babies are very cute and sweet. One baby is book title See the Light in You, for which the Nobel laureate His Holiness Dalai Lama has it in a foreword. And second baby was Soft Leadership, A New Direction to Leadership. This is second baby. This baby is also very cute and sweet. She laughed. So these 2 books, I mean 2 babies, See the Light in You, and then again Soft Leadership, A New Direction Leadership, are cute babies and sweet babies. And you can purchase my books Amazon. All that you have to do is you have to Google my name as Professor M.S. Rao. M means motivation, S means success, and RAO. Otherwise you can also do one more thing. You can Google soft leadership, then you will find all my books, material, interviews, all the stuff, you will get it. So I shared with her. So once again, friends, I am sharing with you that you will get my books online, Amazon, and also I am available on various social media platforms, especially on LinkedIn. I spend most of my time on LinkedIn because it's a professional network. So my books are available. So all that you have to do is you have to Google soft leadership, then you will find lots of stuff on soft leadership, and also about my books and lots of stuff, you will get it. So these are all things I shared with the host, and I felt very happy that she gave me an opportunity, and it was a coincidence that she's from Seattle and I am also from Seattle, and precisely the power of universe. So this is what I discussed with you friends. Now coming back to my story, I'm holding my smartphone with my left hand, and holding my smartphone with my left hand is very stressful and painful, but still I'm holding. So I request you to consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I have 3 YouTube channels and I have 4 blogs. I'm passionate about acquiring my knowledge and sharing my knowledge. So I don't get any money, but still I add value to impact humankind. So I request you to consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. And the second aspect is that I have a chronic back pain, and I am only uploading raw videos because I am not a tech savvy. I'm a tech savvy. I'm not a tech savvy. So I'm uploading raw videos, and so please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, because I don't know how to polish my editing and other things. I don't know it. That is the thing. So these are all my challenges, and why I am recording my stories on my smartphone is that I want to add value and impact humankind. I am a storyteller, researcher and other. I create my own stories to impact humankind. So that's why I do all those things, and I am already 61. So I want to keep my videos in my memory, in case if I am gone, very next moment, at least my videos will be with me and preserved, and my knowledge can be appreciated and shared with the next generation of leaders. So I am leaving a legacy for the next generation of leaders. That is the ultimate goal or ambition, whatever it is. That's what I am doing. So please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. And it's very cold now in Seattle. We entered winter season. Very cold, but still I am walking, because walking is good. Walking is a stress buster for me, and I can't shift my smartphone from left hand to right hand, as my right hand and right shoulder is numb. So that's the reason why I am recording my memories. And another great thing is that when I'm sharing my ideas, insights through my video, so some of the audience might appreciate and share with their networks. So like this, my knowledge will be passed on to the next generation of people. So for me, sharing is caring. So we have to share our knowledge. I have 4 blogs. One of the blogs is about where knowledge is wealth. So that means I believe in knowledge. I have hunger for knowledge. So I wake up in the morning 4 o'clock, and night 10 o'clock I sleep. Throughout the day I work very hard, and afternoon I take a break. I sleep or nap or siesta, something I do it. So morning to night I do a lot of things to impact, because the life on this beautiful planet is limited. So you must know how to leverage your time and utilize time in such a way that you can do good for yourself and also for the people in and around you. So that is my lifetime ambition. So I create my own stories and share my stories to make a difference, to impact humankind. So let me take a moment, because my wife is coming, and I can shift my smartphone now from left hand to right hand. It's very cold. So let me see my own. So friends, so I'm looking at my own face, how So now to have a clarity, okay, fine. Just it's very cold. Luckily, my wife is with me. She has taken my smartphone. We are, my wife and I are going for a walk. It's very cold, so I am rubbing both hands so that I can create a heat and friction. Then I can hold my smartphone. So I think it's 40 minutes. I think within 30 minutes I'll go back home. So these were the things I shared with the host. So now I'll talk various other aspects. First of all, let me make things very clear that whatever I share is all about my life lessons, and that is the reason why I am recording. And whatever you feel comfortable and possible, you can take it. Whatever you feel is not proper, you can discard, because I believe that soft leadership is all about learning, unlearning and relearning, because certain things we do with some intentions, things don't work out, then we have to discard, then again we have to try. So life is all about learning, unlearning and relearning. So take only whatever is required. Whatever is not irrelevant, you can discard, right? So this is the message I am sharing with everyone, including myself, because the world is changing so fast. What worked in the past may not work now. What works now may not work in the future. Things are changing. This one, Same one, Okay, fine. So this is okay. So now I'll talk with you briefly about my life journey. Then if any time is available, then that I will use, then I'll give some messages. So now I'll talk briefly about my life. I was born on October 31st, 1963 in a tiny village in India, and I grew up in a toxic environment, and my childhood was chaotic. I could not enjoy my childhood because I had to support my father, and sometimes I used to collect cash, sometimes I prepared tea, sometimes I cleaned dishes. So that kind of childhood I led. It's very challenging in my journey, and I could not enjoy my childhood for 18 years. And my father was a litigant and alcoholic, very troublesome, but he was a hard worker. Then my mother is very toxic and naysay. So lots of challenges, and I was born into this kind of family, so I can't do anything. So you can't blame the circumstances, where you are born, how you are born, doesn't matter. But what matters is what kind of life you want to lead, and what kind of legacy you want to leave to the next generation of people. That matters. Your life depends, your destiny depends in your hands. So you create your own destiny. So I was cursed with a toxic family background. So I can't blame. But what we can do is we can come out of that and start journey on a clean slate. Precisely, I was I blossomed like a lotus from the mud of a toxic family, right? So, and at the age of 18 I joined Indian Air Force. 18 or 19 years old, I joined Indian Air Force, and I was lucky that I came out of the toxic family and became a healthy citizen and as a leader after I joined the Indian Air Force. So I'm always grateful to Indian Air Force. Then again, people might think that I was a commissioned officer in the Indian Air Force, but the fact is that I served in the lowest rank of a corporal for 12 years, and I served in the lowest rank of a corporal for 12 years, and then I acquired 6 qualifications in the Indian Air Force. When I joined Indian Air Force, it was very challenging but very tough. I had cultural shocks because my habits were not proper, not healthy. But I grew as a healthy citizen and as a military individual because I was not provided everything on a platter, and I didn't get any plate also before I joined Indian Air Force. So whatever was available, I accepted. Then I absorbed the cultural. I absorbed the cultural shocks. Then I grew as a healthy citizen. In fact, I had a dream to serve my country, so that's why I joined Indian Air Force, and I got free food, accommodation, everything. So I was very much happy. So I am what I am because of Indian Air Force. Again, don't think that I was a commissioned officer. I served in the lowest rank of a corporal. After I joined the Indian Air Force, I acquired 6 qualifications and I got my DME from Aeronautical Engineering, BSc, which I discontinued, and then again continued. Usually degree takes 3 years in India. For me, it took more than 4 years. I took tuitions when serving in the Indian Air Force. I used to avail 2 months of annual leave that I availed to acquire knowledge. Then I got my I got DME in aeronautical, BSc from Andhra University. Then I got my DME from Ministry of Defense, 2 years degree. Then I got my MBA in marketing from IGNO, which was a distance mode, and I got my Ph.D. LL, which I did through night college when I was serving in the Indian Air Force in Jodhpur. Then I got my MA from Ajmer University, which was about sociology. So I entered, I did 6 qualifications after I joined the Indian Air Force. Everything was through private education. People might think that I acquired my qualifications from Cambridge or Harvard, but the reality is that I was a college dropout. Then again I continued my degree, and I started with Telugu language, and it was very difficult. So I acquired 6 qualifications. So there was no consistency in my education, but there was only one consistency, that I believed in acquiring knowledge and sharing my knowledge. So I'm very happy in that way. So then again, what happened, when I was serving in the Indian Air Force, then my father-in-law invited me to join for business, and unfortunately my brother-in-law and father-in-law backstabbed and betrayed, and I landed on further problems. So first of all, I was born into a toxic family. Second thing was that, and betrayal by my own father-in-law and brother-in-law. So you can imagine the kind of challenges I encountered in my life. And I did business which didn't work out. Then Then I became a faculty member in the year 2007. So to become a faculty member, I needed MBA, and luckily I had a MBA at that time. So precisely my education helped me overcome my adversity, and I became a faculty member with my MBA. Then I started my life and started leading, because I had to support my 2 sons and my wife, and nobody was there to support us. On the other hand, my own siblings, they have taken my property, money, everything, and they exploited. So being good is also very dangerous. That's what I realized. Okay, let go and move on. That's what I believe, right? So then I became a faculty member, and I think I was getting around 8,000 or 9,000 salary in the year 2007. Then I started supporting my wife and 2 sons. Very challenging, very tough time. And then in the month of December, I joined for PhD. It was a great thing in my life. I invested 10,000 for my PhD, and to get admitted for MBA, to get admitted for PhD was very challenging, because I had to produce the printouts of my articles that I published, and I published in various competitive magazines, and I published in various newspapers. I showed the printouts. Then I took admission for PhD with an amount of fee of 10,000. That was in the month of December 2007. 2008 rules were changed and fee was hiked. And if I had delayed a few days, I wouldn't have joined for PhD, and I wouldn't have been in a position to afford fee. 2 aspects. So friends, the takeaway from this video is that whatever comes, you must accept, and you don't get everything on a platter, right? So accept whatever they come across, and avail the opportunities. So I believed in that, and 2007 I joined for 2007 December I joined for PhD. 2011 I got my PhD, and in the year 2010 I made a debut as an author, and published 53 books, and I published more than 300 research papers, and I published more than 1,000 articles in various international magazines and journals. So lots of stuff I did within a span of, I think, 14 to 15 years of my life. So this is my contribution, and that too, I don't have any godfather, and I don't have a guide, I don't have a coach, I don't have a mentor. And if I had a mentor or coach or guide, my life would have been better. And nobody helped me for my education, nobody sponsored for my education. Everything I was doing with my limited money, because when I joined Indian Air Force, my first salary was around 400 rupees. I think in the year 1982 February, I got first salary was around 400 rupees. So with that, whatever the money I got, I supported my parents with limited money. So this is life. So people might think I was a commissioned officer. That was wrong. Then people might think that I acquired my qualifications from my reputed universities. Again, that is wrong. And people might think that I was given everything on a platter, but that's again wrong. So everything I had to struggle from childhood to till date. Still I am struggling. And in the year I started writing books from the year 2010, and I started writing non-fiction, and I published books. I published books in different genre, because I didn't know what I had to write, but whatever was striking my mind or whatever was flashing on my mind, I was writing. and I entered into different genre like teaching, training, education, then again diversity, mindfulness. So like the different areas I traveled, and so because basically because I didn't have any guide, I didn't have any mentor, I didn't have any coach. Everything I was doing of my own, whatever I was getting. And government of India has not sponsored for my education, or any relatives have sponsored. No relatives have sponsored for my education. Nobody funded. On the other hand, my own siblings have exploited the situation and taken away everything. So this is my life. This is my journey. So friends, so don't take life for granted. Life is not linear. Life is not a straight line. And be careful and be calculated. At the age of 61, I realized how the life is still. I'm yet to go a very long way. So still I have to face so many obstacles. But okay, but now I think facing obstacles will be more challenging in view of my health challenges. Two major challenges I had in my life was business setbacks in 2007. And I had a brain stroke in there 2021. So these are the challenges. Okay. I'm just looking. So this is briefly about my profile. So 61 years of my life. So life taught me many lessons. So now what I am planning to do is I want to write my memoir. This is again a different genre. I entered different genre like teaching, training, education, personality development, diversity, mindfulness, executive education. Now I am entering into a different genre, that is a memoir. So I want to write a memoir tentatively titled Survivor. This book talks about my brain stroke, betrayal, challenges, and I would like to share everything through storytelling. So I have to improve my health first so that I can write a memoir. So this is what I am presently thinking. Hopefully I'll write my memoir. So 53 books I published, 7 books are pending, and one more proposal is about I'm planning to write a memoir. So already triggers, everything I have kept on my document. Only thing I have to write. So I have to improve the mobility of my right hand so that I will type and publish a book of my memoir. So I am already 61, so very challenging life I led. Still I am leading a challenging life. So I am capturing my ideas on my smartphone. Just a moment, I will cross the other side of the road so that I will be safe. So it's very stressful and painful to hold my smartphone with my left hand, and I can't shift my smartphone from left hand to right hand as my right hand is numb. Right shoulder is numb, but right hand is numb. It's very challenging. So I'm waiting at the junction. No, I'm not going. Wait. Just let me see. I think somebody is going. అదే చెప్పాడు, క్లారిటీ ఇచ్చాడు కదా అతను. ఇచ్చాడు కరెక్టే, అతను ఆల్రెడీ క్లారిటీ ఇచ్చాడు కదా పెద్ద అతను. So I was crossing the road, so that's why I was talking. So here rules are very strict. We can't just cross the road unless permitted. It's good that things are going in a systematic manner in United States of America. So Americans believe in some rules and regulations. It's good for the country as a whole. So these are all the things I have shared with you. Now I'll talk briefly about my philosophy. So I will talk about my philosophy. Now I think I still have 20 minutes. Within 20 minutes I will utilize my time to share about my philosophy. As I told you that I create models, methods, rules, perspectives, frameworks. So a month ago I started creating my own philosophy, and how I get ideas. People get ideas in different ways. Some people get ideas in washroom, some people get ideas in bedroom, some people get different ways. People get ideas. Everyone gets ideas. But in my case, how I do is that I get ideas while walking, then in the classroom, because in the classroom when students or the audience question me, I get excited. Usually when audience questions, people get annoyed. But in my case, when someone questions me, I feel very much excited, because that means I am drawing their attention. So I take in a very positive spirit. So then when someone questions, I used to get ideas. So I get ideas in that manner in the classroom, then again while walking. Now I am walking and I am getting ideas. So a month ago I had an idea about philosophy. Then suddenly an idea flashed on my mind. So why not to work my own philosophy? And whenever I get ideas, I used to prepare notes very long back. For the last 3.5 years I am not able to prepare notes. So what I did was I just mentioned with my left hand philosophy, what is your philosophy? Then I googled what is your Professor M.S.Rao's philosophy. I felt very much excited that my name, the search engine result appeared first with the results. Professor M.S.Rao's philosophy is health first, education second, and wealth third, and he harnesses technology. So I felt very excited. It was an aha moment in my life. And then I was very, as you know, I am very curious and creative. So I just googled other pages. Then I came to that already I published an article on what's your leadership philosophy. Then I also published a research paper on stoicism. So I felt the power of universe, where things were falling into the place. So I was very much excited. And the journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. So whenever I get an idea, immediately I note down, capture the idea, then I execute. People get lots of ideas. People are brilliant. There are 7 billion people are there across the world. They have got lots of ideas, but very few people capture the ideas. So I capture the ideas. That's one thing. The second thing, I execute. And third thing is that I persist. So because of that process I have come up to this level. Because of that I could write these many books. So I felt very much happy about my own philosophy. Then I started creating documents and created some codes and started my journey. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. I started the first step and also started executing. Daily I am picking up certain aspects and making notes. So it's my lifetime ambition to create my own philosophy to impact humankind. But how it happens, that's not in my hands, but I am very positive. My blood group is B positive and I am positive by nature. So I am very positive, so I keep going. And I started creating my own philosophy. Then again I took feedback from my own books and students. Whenever students gave me feedback, I copied everything and kept with me. Two things resonates my personality. First thing is continuous learning. Second thing is feedback. So these two things are very much important, and I followed meticulously. First thing is I'm a continuous learner. Second thing is I take feedback very seriously and sincerely. So I took feedback, then I started moving, then I started developing my own philosophy. Then I created a couple of words from my books, the important words I noted down about my life. Some of the ideas that I captured from my 53 books are attitude, gratitude, humanity, empathy, virtue, universe. So like that I created a couple of words, and I created a request to interview me. So that's how I started. So people have so many ideas, but unless you execute, they won't help you. So what you have to do is you have to have ideas, you have to work on them relentlessly, and you have to persevere. So this is about my philosophy to begin with. Then I started googling about philosophy. Then I googled who is the father of philosophy. Then again I was very much happy that I came to know that Socrates is known as the father of philosophy, and I often mentioned about Socrates in my books, and I also mentioned about three-filter test and certain aspects on positive and negative attitude I mentioned in my books. And so I felt, so why not to explore from that perspective. Then again I thought, let me take three or four aspects words from my life. First thing was education by default. Second, leadership, because leadership is very close to my heart. Then strategy, then mindfulness. So like that I captured some words and started educational philosophy. I started creating very cold in Seattle. So luckily my wife is walking along with me, and I gave the smartphone to her, so that then I rubbed both hands and created a heat and friction. Then again I started walking and sharing my story. So this is the philosophy I am still exploring. Then there are different types of philosophy like nihilism, then dogmatism, pragmatism, like that. So many things I started researching, and much is in store about my philosophy. Hopefully I will create some unique philosophy and add value and impact humankind. So these are all basic aspects I'm sharing with you. Now I'm close to the home, and it's very cold. I think for a week I'll come by walk. Later on I don't think I'll go out because it's very cold in Seattle. So let me briefly talk about my few aspects. I read thousands of books. I read thousands of books in my lifetime. Some of the books are very much prominent, and I love them. Two books resonate. They are Man's Search for Meaning and then Art of War. These two books are very close to my heart, and I read thousands of books during my lifetime. I read lots of books, biographies, and I read various books on various leaders like Mahatma Gandhi. Then I read about some leaders like Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Vivekananda. Then I read about some books about Abraham Lincoln. So like that. So I read thousands of books in my life. I'm a voracious reader. I don't remember the number of books I read. And Abraham Lincoln has been my inspiration since my childhood. In my childhood, I used to go by walk to visit library whenever I found time. Then I used to go by pedaling to cycle, that bicycle. So I went. The first person I admired in the library was Abraham Lincoln. I didn't know who was he at that time. Then I came to that he failed, and I started in my Telugu language. I read in Telugu. Then I came to that Abraham Lincoln. Oh my goodness, he failed. So I was thinking. So that was my journey with Abraham Lincoln. Then I started exploring. Now subsequently I started writing about Abraham Lincoln, and I watched the film Lincoln, and anything about Abraham Lincoln excites me. So these are all things about my books, and my vision is to build 1 million students. My vision is to build 1 million students as global leaders by 2030. So far I have trained more than 30,000 students as so far I have trained more than 50,000 students as global leaders. And brainstroke was a dampener. So for the last 4 years I have health challenges. There was a total disruption, but still I did my best, and I went online. Things have changed, but still I am sharing my knowledge, and I have 4 blogs and 3 YouTube channels. One of the books titled Vision 2030 1 Million Global Leaders is the book I like very much, because Dr. Kiran Bedi has written a foreword for my book titled Vision 2030 1 Million Global Leaders, and I have dedicated this book to Dr. Abdul Kalam, and I admire that People's President Dr. Abdul Kalam. I have dedicated my book to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, and so like that I keep dedicating my books to various people. And so now I am reaching the home, so I would like to share with you a couple of aspects. So I want to utilize my time, embrace change, embrace failures, embrace technology, and you have to change with the changing times and technology, otherwise you will be left isolated. So embrace change, embrace technology, embrace failures, be resilient, never give up. Life on this beautiful planet is limited. You must know how to utilize your precious time. Avoid complaining, avoid criticizing, avoid condemning. Do what are the best you can do. You must do it within the limited resources. And it's the bad tradesman who blames his tools. It's the wise tradesman who will work with what he has got. So utilize the existing tools and work on the limitations to impact. So don't invent excuses in life. I don't believe in inventing excuses. You have to be part of the solution, not the problem. So these are all the aspects I am sharing with you. Now I am reaching my home. So what I do is that now I have my way of teaching or sharing my knowledge is unique. So I have a structured method of teaching and training. So I started in this video, I started introducing myself. Second, I shared with you about life in Seattle and entrepreneurship. Then I shared with you the conversation I had with the host who interviewed me some, I think, 3-4 hours back, and already I uploaded the video of the interview. So lots of insights I shared. Then again I briefly shared about my life journey. Then I shared about my philosophy, and I briefly talked about my book. This is the method of teaching or training. Whatever I do, this is how I do it. I am doing all these things despite having limitations, despite being paralyzed with my right hand, and despite having lots of challenges. So let me check my so friends, if you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Sometimes I'm stammering, sometimes I'm repeating the same thing in view of my brain stroke and health challenges. Be resilient and never give up. And life is beautiful, life is amazing, life is a miracle, life is full of possibilities, and enjoy the journey. Don't think too much about the unpleasant past, which will never come back. Don't think too much about the future that can't be predicted. So the best thing is to learn to live in the present, be mindful and be ethical. Practice gratitude with gratitude.